Hey, Dan here. I thought I'd take advantage of the beautiful weather and just film one more video here. I want to share 5 reasons that you should absolutely consider moving abroad to start or grow your business. This is something that I am so passionate about and love talking about so much that I realized I don't actually talk about it too much because, hear me out, I assume that no one else is as interested and I would overdo it. But recently it's come up on my online coaching calls at the event here in Prague, and I've realized this is something that's really valuable for people in terms of not what I'm going to say, although hopefully it's a little valuable, but in terms of actually the implementation, like moving abroad. So the first reason to consider making the move abroad is a change in people and environment. Now, yes, sometimes this can be a bad thing, but if you're just starting out working for yourself, my hunch is the majority of people in your life are either doubters or full-on haters at this point, where they do not work for themselves and they are constantly questioning whether you should, whether it will work out, how you're doing it, blah, blah, blah. So the change to a new environment and new people could be a very positive thing. Now, aside from eliminating maybe doubt or doubters, I should say, of the people around you, another benefit can be that you end up freeing up a ton of time. Perhaps you're someone like my wonderful girlfriend Gabby, who knows everybody and cares about her friends so much, which is really heartwarming. But every weekend there's a different birthday, there's a different event, there's something to do. This was very similar to me in Vancouver as well before I left. And when I moved down to Costa Rica, I found that, hey, I suddenly had a lot of free time to focus on fitness, on my business, and on actually making things happen. Now, this might be a good time to mention that when I'm talking about moving abroad, I'm talking specifically about just that, moving somewhere new for, say, 3 to 6 months at a time, not being a digital nomad and bouncing around somewhere new every couple of weeks. Now, I know some people can pull this off and grow a business while just traveling perpetually. Like, shout out to Natalie for making that happen. But for me personally, I don't think I ever could. Living somewhere new for, say, 3 months, I found has been the perfect balance where I've been able to settle in, have some excitement and meet new people and experience a new culture, but also be, as I said, settled in enough that I can have a co-working space and a home office, and I'm not always worried, or not even worried, but excited about the next place I'm going. When I travel, I love to get into the logistics and plan where I'm going to go and look at the places I'll be staying and all that. And that definitely takes up a lot of time and energy that would be often better spent on my business. So number 2, speaking of business, one of the things that helps a business succeed is having money and working at it. And one of the best ways to extend your runway, the time you have between now and when your business needs to succeed before you run out of money, is moving somewhere cheaper. And there are a lot of amazing places in the world that you can live at a lower cost than possibly where you're watching this from. I know there's people watching from everywhere, but if you are watching from Canada, the UK, Australia, the United Kingdom, Germany, Netherlands, there are places you can live at a third the cost and have great internet, a great standard of living and quality of life, and have a lot more time to grow your business. I'm filming this right now from my home in Prague in the Czech Republic, and Prague is not the cheapest anymore. It is probably still about half the price of living in the UK. It has an incredible quality of living, standard of living, fiber optic internet, dozens of co-working spaces, and it is probably twice the price of other cities that you could go to for a similar, maybe not quite as high, but a similar quality of life. In other words, you can cut your costs a lot, which allow you to focus on growing your business, to not be as stressed, to have a little more time to get where you want to be. It's not a good situation to be starting a business and have $4,000 or $5,000 a month in living expenses. It doesn't make sense, and it's not going to do you any favors. So the ability to cut your cost of living significantly is absolutely huge. Number 3, moving abroad is a great opportunity to break bad habits and change your ways of thinking. Some of you may have seen my videos on shiny object syndrome, on changing direction, and on staying focused as an entrepreneur. And one of the things I credit this change in thinking with, the ability to think longer term and not get so caught up in this sense of urgency and needing to succeed now, and therefore being able to put in the time and effort to actually succeed and make things happen. One of the biggest things I credit for that is moving to Europe and being in cultures. I've lived in Europe in Spain, Italy, Germany, and in the Czech Republic here. Being in cultures where there is a bit of a longer view of time, where I'm surrounded by, the building I live in now is from, I think, 1895, and the center of Prague, the buildings are from like the 14th, 15th, 16th century often. It does remind you and change your thinking a bit in terms of building more of a legacy and thinking long term. And of course, there are the cultural differences as well. How that impacts you will depend on where you're from, where you choose to live, and everything else. But it can be a really great opportunity. Speaking of a change of culture, and we'll make this number 4, yes, you will miss some of your friends back home, but moving abroad, moving somewhere new can be a great opportunity to surround yourself with like-minded people. Why? Possibly where you live is just where you were born. That was true for me, at least in Vancouver. I'd never lived abroad when I left in 2012. I had just was born there. I was born in a suburb. I was living in the downtown, but that was just it. And I have a theory that each city attracts a different kind of person. Now, if you're born somewhere, that has nothing to do to where you're attracted to or whatever else. You were just born there. But if you move somewhere, it probably says something about you, right? People who move to New York tend to be ambitious. They tend to be dreamers. They tend to have a certain way of thinking. People who move to the south of France to a little village are probably also looking for something different in life. So I'm guessing the place you choose to live will reflect what's important to you and aspects of your personality and your values. And so the other people, both who live there natively and also other expats who have moved there, are more likely to share your values. And being surrounded by people who share your values and have a similar mindset can be a really powerful thing when you're starting or growing your own business, because it can support your way of thinking and help you stay focused on what you want to do instead of debating with friends and family who maybe have a totally different worldview than you, and you love them to death, yes, of course, but you're tired of wasting dinners debating with them on what's most important in life, when you could be building your business and building your life. And the 5th reason that moving abroad can be an absolute game changer as an entrepreneur is that it is just fun. Listen, we're all gonna die one day. We've got to enjoy our lives. And the whole model of working your whole life so that you can eventually move to a little village in Italy or the south of France and live away your days the way you really wanted to, why not just do that now? It does not make sense, especially if you consider the benefits I've already mentioned and a lot more that I haven't. Why not just do the thing that will make you happy now? The research is there if you need it. If you've got that Puritan guilt of, hey, I've got to work hard now and sacrifice so that one day I can be happy, I can give you the research that says that if you are happy now, if you are satisfied in life and enjoying yourself, you will actually be more productive. You will actually earn more money and be more successful that way by starting with happiness. So if you need to tell yourself that, then just do just that. Tell yourself that. But the reality is, life is short. Heck, we might burn down this whole planet in the next 10 years anyhow. So why not enjoy yourself now? Do the things you love. Do the things that make you happy. Move to that dream destination of yours and see what happens. I can guarantee you your life will never be the same. You will be very happy with your decision. And if not, you've at least had an awesome time living somewhere new, a great experience you will cherish for the rest of your life. So it is really a win-win situation. Thank you for watching this video. If you are new to the channel, my name is Dan. I publish new videos each and every week. And my mission is to help you become the best version of yourself, all while creating the most awesome life possible for you and those you love, which may often include starting your own business and living abroad somewhere new. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, and I will catch you in the next video soon. Oh, and just before you go, I wanted to let you know I'm hosting a 3-day retreat in Vancouver, Canada, late July this summer. I'll include a card pop-up for that and the link in the description below. Check it out if you're interested in joining us and connecting with some awesome people. It would be great to have you there.